Welcome back to FS25, everyone. As you can tell, we are no longer in Zelonka. We're back in the States. We're in Frankenmuth, Michigan. Things were going okay in Zelonka, but I got homesick and decided to move back to the States. So we moved up here to Frankenmuth, Michigan, and we have $3 million from selling everything in Zelonka, and that's good because we own nothing. All we own is this Chevy Silverado behind me. So we need to pick out an acreage to live on and figure out what farm ground we're going to buy and all the equipment that we're going to buy. So there's 3 potential starting acreages here in Frankenmuth. So let's jump in the Silverado. And we can go ahead and head up to the first acreage here and see what we come up with. So all 3 of them have their own advantages and disadvantages. But we'll take a look at all 3 and see what we think. The first acreage we're going to look at here is pretty much smack dab right in the middle of the county. It's a nice location, and it is right here on our left-hand side. So we'll get pulled in here and we'll take a look. All right, so we have an old house, kind of disappointing, to be honest. However, we do have a lot of outbuildings here. So if we look right up here, I do believe that this would be our workshop. Yep, that is our workshop. So we have a couple of cold storage buildings. It looks like we've got 3 cold storage buildings. The driveway wraps all the way around, and we have a nice 3-bay garage here that would be perfect for storing our semi and semi-trailers. So this acreage is nice and big, has a lot of storage to it. However, it does not have any silo storage. There's 0 grain storage on this acreage. And there's not really anywhere to put a silo system up. So that is a disadvantage. So we'll take a look at the map here. And you can tell Farmland 15 is where we're at, and it is $47,000. So that is insanely cheap. That is absolutely dirt cheap. Here in Iowa, you couldn't buy this for, oh god, this would probably be a $3 million acreage here. So that's good to see. Prices are cheap. But we will head up to the second acreage and take a look. It is at the north end of the county. Bit of a drive from here. So we'll head up there and take a look at it and see what it has to offer. Alright, we're coming up on the second acreage here. Up here on our left-hand side. This is all the way at the north end of the county. So we'll jump out here and you can see we've got a couple of cold storage units here. A couple cold storage buildings. However, we have no house. So we would have to build a house on this acreage. And if we take a look around the back side here, you can see there's no space whatsoever. The field comes right up to the edge of the acreage. So this is much smaller than the first acreage we looked at. And it's only got 2 cold storage units. Or cold storage buildings, I should say. But it does have the same workshop, so that is nice. But yet again, there's no silo system here. So that is an issue. There is, however, enough room to put in a silo system and a house over here in this open area. But it won't be a very big house and it won't be a very big silo system. So if we take a look at the price, this one is $32,000. So it is much cheaper than the last one. However, there's a lot less here and a lot less space to expand. So we'll jump back in the pickup and we will go take a look at our third acreage here. And it is over on the west end of the county. Alright, so this is the long driveway up to the acreage here. You can see it's surrounded by woods, so it's very nice, very secluded and very peaceful up here. We'll get pulled up into the driveway and we'll take a look. So the house is looking a little old and outdated. It's got some paint missing. It's not great. But this acreage does come with a pond. And wouldn't you look at that? There's actually fish in the pond. That's impressive. That's a detail I was not expecting. So we got a tractor over here. Can we collect it? We can. Okay, so there's 10 tractors total. Shoot, that was worth 10 grand. All right. So there's some boulders here blocking this little pathway that goes through the woods, so we'd need to get rid of those. That's just kind of an eyesore. But we have the nice shop over here to work on our vehicles. We have a huge open area back here. So this acreage, yet again, does not have a silo system. However, we have the space to put up a very big silo system and potentially even some animal pens back here. So we've got 3 cold storage sheds here as well. And this driveway, I do believe, wraps all the way around. Yep, it sure does. So this is quite the nice little acreage here. I do believe it is significantly more expensive than the other 2. But as you can tell, there's all kinds of storage here, so this would work out great. This shed here would be perfect to store all of our tractors. And those 2 sheds back there can store all of our implements and stuff. So the only complaint here would be the house. Everything else is nice and new, but the house is kind of crappy. So if we take a look here, this one is $203,000, so way more expensive than the other 2. However, we do get significant portions of the trees here. So I don't know if that's something we can potentially do something with or not, but there's definitely the potential there. So we have a lot of decisions to make. We have to buy an acreage. We have a lot of equipment we have to buy, and we have to figure out which fields we want to buy. So I will catch up with you guys when I get some more stuff bought here. All right, well, I went ahead and bought the 3rd acreage that we looked at, the one that was up back in the woods, and I bought a bunch of equipment. You can see I'm all the way down to $75,000. And I went ahead and got 2 baling contracts. One of them is a square baling contract in field 42, and the other one is a round baling contract in field 38. We are not done buying equipment yet. We have 3 fields so far. They're all good sized. Unfortunately, they don't have the kind of crop in them that I want to run, so we're just going to end up tilling that under and start over fresh in the spring, or possibly I might actually go ahead and put in some alfalfa in those fields this fall yet. I haven't fully decided, but we've got 2 baling contracts that are paying out a pretty good amount of money, so we'll get these done first, and then we can head up to the home place and I can show you guys what we've got up there. So I made a couple of changes to it, and we have a whole bunch of equipment I want to show off. Obviously, we're going all John Deere on this episode, or I should say we're going all John Deere on this series, so that is fantastic. We'll get this folded out here. This is the one time I need my help window on. All right, we're at 240 centimeter bales. Fire it up, drop it down. All right, perfect. So we'll go ahead and bale these fields up here. Got this square bale contract shouldn't take very long, and that round bale contract shouldn't take very long. I have yet to run that round baler that we have for it, so that should be interesting. Pretty excited to run it for the first time. It might be something I end up putting in my arsenal for the long haul. We'll find out when I get it done. All right, we're finishing up these last few passes here with this baling contract. And this is definitely becoming a baling simulator very quickly. I picked up another baling contract that pays over 60,000 this time, so we're making a ridiculous amount of money, and I've got a couple more that are paying, I think one of them pays 18,000. So we're going to keep doing these baling contracts and build up some more income here. So, but I do want to still get some alfalfa planted yet this month, so we do have a lot we got to get done. But with these baling contracts paying out the way they are, it's kind of hard not to do them. So we'll get this last little bit picked up here, and this one will be done, and we can return this equipment, and we can jump into the other equipment. There it is. So that one is finished. So yeah, that one was 54,000. You can see we got one for almost 62,000, and another one for almost 23,000. So yeah, we have a lot of contracts we're doing here. So it looks like we're going to be jumping into the $60,000 contract now. We're all the way up to 172,000 again, which is good because we definitely need that money. And this is going to field 22. So we will head up to field 22 and get this baling contract started as well. All right, we're up here at field 22. We will get this one hammered out pretty quick. It's nice big field, nice long rows. So this will take us, I don't know, probably about another hour. And we'll make another $60,000 off this field. And I'll look at contracts. I'm probably going to pick up that other baling contract that's paying $18,000. And I'm not really seeing anything else as far as spraying or harvesting or anything like that that's paying even remotely close to what these baling contracts are paying. So we're going to keep running these for a while. Alright, we're finishing up this last pass on this field here, and things are going very well. This went by very fast, and we're about to make 60 grand. We're making a lot of money doing these baling contracts, and it is amazing. We'll get this one finished, and then we will jump into the next baling contract. We have two more that we're going to do, and that should be it, unless something amazing comes in for contracts that I haven't seen yet. But as of now, there's really nothing else that I really want to try and get done in the contracts. I have to admit I am being very picky. If it's not 50, 60 grand, I'm kind of ignoring it. So that's okay though. We'll finish this off. We'll return the equipment and start up on the next baling contract here. Alright, so that contract is complete. So yes, almost $62,000 for this one. So we'll collect that one. And now we have field 38 and field 17 left. And it's looking like we're going to be doing field 17. So this will be our first round bale contract that we've actually done. It is not with the Vermeer yet. That does not seem like it's going to be done for a bit here. So we will head over to field 17 and get that going. Alright, we're here in field 17. This is quite a bit smaller, so this should go by significantly faster than the last couple of fields have. So we get our steering assist set up here. That is not 12. Let's try 9. There it is. Okay, so this field is 9 meters as opposed to 12. All of the other fields have been 12 meters so far. But we'll go ahead and get this field hammered out. Like I said, this one should go significantly faster, so that will be very, very helpful. Alright, we're finishing up this last little pass on this baling contract, and that'll leave us with one more. And then we are done with baling contracts this month anyway. And we can get to focusing on our own field and our own farms. So we're up to 234,000 so far, and we're going to have another 40,000 or so added on to this by the time we get this contract and the last baling contract done, which we're going to use that Vermeer. I have yet to use that Vermeer baler, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And that contract is finished. So we can go over here and we can collect. So that leaves us with field 38. This is a pretty wicked little baler. This thing is nifty. Nice cab view here. So you got your radio up top. Well, I'll give it credit. You got a great view of the field out in front of you in this cab. So we'll take this and we will head over to field 38 and get to baling. Alright, we're here in field 38. Get our steering assist set up. And I feel like this one's probably going to be 9 meters. That's what we'll try anyway. And that is perfect. So we'll get it fired up. I assume drop it down. Yep. And we'll take off. And you can tell we're in a sorghum field, and that's because I have the extended swathable crops mod on this. And I did that because I want to do corn and soybeans on our field, or on our farms, and on our fields. Let's try this again. I want to do corn and soybeans on our fields. So here in the States, we bale our corn stalks. It honestly blows my mind that that's not actually a thing in this game. At least here in Iowa, we do not bale any of the stuff that's baled for straw here. We do a lot of alfalfa for hay, and we do corn stalks for bedding for the animals, which is what, you know, you guys are using to turn into manure. Yeah, it's weird trying to get used to it. But with this mod on, we can at least bale the corn stalks, so that's also giving us extra contracts here for fields that we normally wouldn't be able to bale stocks on. But we'll get this hammered out. This field won't take very long at all, and this thing is moving right along. This is a nifty little machine here. Definitely something I'm gonna have to keep on my radar and see if maybe I can pick one up in the used shop or something. But we'll hammer this out and I'll check in with you guys when we get done. All right, well, we're finishing up this last pass here on this field, and got a pretty good idea of what this baler is like. Now, I have to say, the unload is not great. It takes a little bit longer than the other round balers. However, this thing turns incredibly sharp. It'll turn on a dime. And if you have a field that's odd-shaped, whole bunch of short rows where you're turning a whole bunch, and pulling a baler behind you isn't working, this thing would be fantastic for something like that. However, doing really long runs like this, it's not great. The unload just takes a little bit too long. And it'd be better to just have a pull type baler. But we'll get this last dab here finished up. We got 3% to go. And our baling contracts are officially finished. And we can start working on our own farm and working in our own fields. We are done with that contract. We will go ahead and collect. So we're up to 275,000. We will head back to the home place, and I can show you guys what it looks like since we haven't seen it yet. And I'll show you all the equipment that we have so far. All right, we're back here at the home place, and you can see I got the pickup in the driveway here, and we'll run across. I've put up a silo. This is a buying station. That way we can fill up with lime, fertilizer, seed, you know, anything we need. We can get it all through there. So we'll start out in here. We've got the John Deere 8R 410. This will be our planting tractor and, you know, good size implement tractor here. Great tractor. And then we have the 6R over here with the loader bucket on the front. And we'll use this for running balers, doing grass work, feeding any animals whenever we get some animals. So we're going to use that tractor probably the most. It's going to get a lot of use. So I'll run over here to this shed next. And you can see we have our fertilizer spreader here. And we have a lizard plow. It's 9 meters wide. It's the closest thing that I've seen in the mod hub to an actual ripper. It'd be nice if somebody would put a ripper in, or, you know, somebody would put a disc ripper in. I've yet to ever see one of those. That would be fantastic if somebody could do a mod for a disc ripper. I don't know if the rest of the world uses them, but they get used a crap ton here in Iowa. So it would be lovely to see one. But we got the John Deere 1775 NT planter here. So we'll be using that to plant our corn and soybeans. And over here we have our lime spreader. And these trailer type lime spreaders work, but they're not the most convenient thing in the world. And it would be awesome if somebody would put in an actual floater, you know, a John Deere floater, case floater, Terrigator, something, anything. It would be fantastic. We use those for spreading dry and spreading lime here in Iowa. They're amazing and way better than a trailer type. That would be something that would be fantastic if somebody actually put one of those in. And an actual tender truck would be amazing too. But in here we have our Mack. I bought this used, and it is in desperate need of some repair. So we'll have to take care of that. But I got the dual trailer set up here. This holds a lot of grain all in one load, and we got some big fields, and they're going to get bigger. So we need as much grain as transport as we can get. And I went ahead and bought the John Deere S780 combine. Got the big old grain extension for the hopper on it. And I got the John Deere 50-foot draper head. So that is fantastic. That is going to help us combine very quickly, make a lot of money. And over here, you can see I put in a new shop. This is going to be where I store the semi and semi-trailers, but I didn't get this put up until after the semi was back and put away in the shed, and I just haven't moved anything yet. But that's where our semi will go, and our semi-trailers. And this is that big open lot that was over here, and you can see I put in a couple of driveways, and we put in our silo system. So this will hold 2 million liters of grain, and it is currently empty, of course. But going to come in very, very handy. And there's enough room around the back side here and out front as well. If I want to, we can go ahead and put in some silo extensions. I'm hoping some better ones come out in the mod hub soon, but if not, no big deal. And over here is where I put our fuel barrel. It's already full of fuel, 25,000 liters of fuel. And we will go through a lot. We will definitely be going through a crap ton of fuel. And over here in the shop, I have a New Holland skid steer. Be nice if we could get a John Deere, but the New Holland will work. And I got the jackhammer attachment and a bucket. That way we can get these boulders taken care of over here. And if I remember correctly, when I was looking over the field, we do have some boulders in our fields that we're going to have to take care of. So we'll be using that skid steer right away. So that is our home place so far. We have $275,000 to use. And I think since it is August, we're just going to go ahead and plant alfalfa in all of our fields. We'll go up here and you can see we own field 27, 28, and 29. So I'm going to go ahead and plant alfalfa in all three. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep field 27 as an alfalfa field permanently. And we'll just use that for hay and silage. And then 28 and 29 will be alfalfa this year, and then we will plant something else in them in the spring. So that being said, I do need a seeder, and that way we can get to seeding, and I'm going to buy one that I can use as a direct drill, because we don't have a disc, we don't have a cultivator, anything like that yet. I went ahead and leased the Vanderstaat seeder. It is 8 meters wide, runs 11 miles an hour, and it will direct drill, so we don't need to plow. And this field is green beans, and until a mod comes out for the Colossus, I will not be doing green beans, vegetables, nothing. We're just going to direct drill into these fields since they're not an actual crop I want to harvest. We'll get our steering assist set up here. And I think I'm actually going to go with 3 headlands here. All that good. Get this fired up. We'll get it dropped down, and we'll get to planting some alfalfa here. Now, this is going to give us a ton of alfalfa bales in the spring. I don't know that we'll be able to mow here in the fall. It's possible maybe November or something we'll be able to actually get a cutting of alfalfa off here. But I'm just going to plan on it being spring, and if it happens in the fall, then that's just, you know, the icing on the cake. All right, we're finishing up this last pass here on this first field, getting the alfalfa planted. And I'm going to go ahead and hire up a worker on the next field because we got a bunch of boulders we need to get rid of. So I'll have to jump in the skid loader and grab the jackhammer and get rid of those. There's a few on this field. There's a few in the next field. And I'm not sure about the third field yet. I haven't really scoped it out, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's a few boulders in that field that I need to get rid of. And I've also picked up another baling contract. It was too much money to pass up. It's like 55 grand. However, I did not borrow the equipment for it, so we will have to buy a baler. So that's something we'll have to get picked out. And we've got a lot of work to do because we've still got fertilizer to spread and some other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get this hired up on a worker here. And I think we're going to do 4 passes. Start with the up down. That is just fine. So we'll get that hired up on a worker. As you can tell, this is sugar beets, and I am never going to do sugar beets. At least not until the Colossus comes out. So I'll let the worker take care of that. I'll run back up to the shop here, and I will grab the skid loader and the jackhammer. Alright, we're coming up to the end of the field here with the skid loader, and you can see we've got quite a few boulders up here. So we will need to get rid of all of these, because they are actually in the field. Doesn't take too long to get rid of these. Jackhammer usually gets through them pretty fast, no problems. And there we go. So that is one boulder down. Got a couple more to go here. Looks like we got one over there to the right. That one over to the left, I'm not sure if I can get to it, because we don't actually own that field, but it'd be nice to get rid of it while we're here. We'll head over and see if we can get lucky. Maybe? Oh. Nope. Alright, so we can't get that boulder, but we can get rid of this one over here. Or... I thought we could. What's going on? There we go. So we can get rid of this one, and I see there's one across the creek in our third field that we'll have to get rid of. But that'll be the last boulder we get rid of, because we got to go back to the field we just planted and get rid of those boulders. And since we can't cross the creek here, we'll wait until we can wait until we get back on the other side there. So we got a nice long drive ahead of us, since the skid steer only goes 11 miles an hour. So I'll see you guys when we get down there. Alright, we're pulling up into this second field here. You can see the boulders we got sitting right here along the edge of the creek. So we'll get these knocked out, and shouldn't take too long. And we also have those boulders back by the shop that we need to get rid of yet as well. And that's boulder number 2 over here. Oh, it's leaving us a pile of rocks. Alright, we'll have to come over and pick those up. I didn't realize these boulders would leave rocks behind. That's interesting. I guess I didn't even pay attention in the first field if it was leaving behind any rocks. I'll have to go back and take a look. That's boulder number 3. I think that's our last one. I'll run down the edge of this creek here, double check, and it is not. We do have another. Okay. Alright, and that is boulder number 4. And I do believe that is it. Yep, that is our last boulder in this field. So, we will head over to our third field, get rid of that boulder, and then we can head back to the workshop and get rid of those. And then change over to the bucket on this and see how much rock we can get picked up here. Alright, we're pulling up to these boulders here by the side of our shop. And we will go ahead and get rid of these. Alright, so that left a little bit of rock behind, so I don't know if it'll be... I doubt it'll be enough to sell, but we should be able to probably spread it out in our driveway. That shouldn't hurt anything at all. Alright, this is our third boulder here, back at the home place. These boulders are going pretty fast. I'm kind of surprised. So, I know I've seen a couple of these come up on contracts, and I've just kind of ignored them. But they're definitely an easy way to make some cash, especially if you already have the equipment. Alright, and that is our last boulder, so we will go ahead and get the bucket put on here and start getting this rock picked up. Alright, interesting. So this is a bit heavy for the skid loader. We can't pick up very much rock in one go. Okay, well, I got all of the rock dumped over here by the shed that came off the path here. So the path is now wide open. I tried spreading it out in the driveway. It didn't work at all. That was a disaster. And that skid loader cannot pick up much. About 400 liters was the absolute max for picking up rock. So that is definitely an issue. But I'm going to go ahead and jump in our 6R here and get hooked up to our fertilizer spreader. And we need to get some fertilizer spread on the fields we're getting planted here with alfalfa. Alright, well, it has started to rain, so that's going to be an issue. Take a look here, see how long is it supposed to rain. Oof. It's going to rain for a few hours yet. That's going to be a problem. So I will go ahead and check in with you guys whenever this rain stops so we can continue our field work. Alright, well, the forecast shows it's supposed to be bright and sunny right now, but it has not quit raining yet. So we're just going to go ahead and mud this in. This needs to get done. And I've still got a baling contract that I have to get done yet this month, so we got a lot of work cut out ahead of us. So we don't have time to wait for the rain. Alright, well, we're finishing up this last pass on the fertilizer here. It's definitely not a bad thing that it's raining while I'm fertilizing. That means fertilizer will get rained in. It's always a good thing. However, it does mean I'm leaving some pretty gnarly tracks in the field. And we're going to go ahead and quit fertilizing for now because I have a baling contract I have to get finished today. The planting and stuff doesn't have to be finished today. It's fine. It can be done next month. Not that big of a deal. But that baling contract has to get done, and we don't even have a baler picked out yet. So I'm going to go ahead and put this fertilizer spreader away, and we'll go to the shop and pick out a new baler. And of course, as soon as the fertilizer spreader gets put away, it quits raining. That's always good. Good to see my luck is still terrible. So we'll head down to the shop, we'll get a baler picked out, and we will get that contract finished here. And hopefully our AI worker is done with this field here pretty shortly, and we can get them moved over to the next field. Well, we're down here at the shop, and I went ahead and picked up a chrome baler. Went with the round bale, and we put film binding in it, as opposed to the standard net. And this is going to be our baler from here on out. I'm going to do all round bales on this farm. So this is what we're going to use. Now we need to head up to field number 10 to get this baling contract done. This one is going to take a bit. It's probably going to be dark by the time I get it done. It's a relatively good sized field, but it is a very, very good payout. So very, very happy with that. All right, we're up here on field 10. We're getting ready to start the baling. I'm going to get my steering assist set up. This looks like it's going to be a 12-meter wide path here. And that is right on the money. So we'll get this fired up. We'll get it dropped down. We're doing 180 centimeter bales. And you can see this is a pretty big plot of land here. So this is going to take a few minutes here. All right, well, as you guys can tell, it is after 10 o'clock at night, and we finally have all of our alfalfa planted, all of our fields are fertilized, and we got that baling contract done. So that is going to be enough for today. I think we're going to call this an episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. So if you like what you're seeing, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next one.